All right, everybody, welcome to another Woods Report. So, here we are, Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 1, Episode 2. 3. No, this is the second one.
This is 2?
This is 2. The first one was...
they're all blending.
We did
all
last
the housewives
week.
are blending.
We did last week, and that was the first one, where you was introduced to all the characters. So now this is the second one. All right?
Okay. Wow.
I know. So we open up. All right, here we go. Now, disclaimer. I know I'm supposed to put it in a thing.
Yeah, please.
If we get something wrong or whatever, go ahead and put in the
Wrong
comments, or maybe we heard something wrong or whatever. We're
that's
not
her
news reporters.
That's her brother.
Right. So whatever it is, he had on a pink shirt, not a red shirt. He was 5'5", not 5'8". Whatever it is. Just go ahead and put it in the comments.
She's not married to him.
Right. If we missed something, let us know. We're just normal human beings. We're not robots. We're not, artificial intelligence. Watching this stupid show and coming here to talk about it. We're just doing this. It's a show we watch, and we want to come and share it with y'all.
Opinions.
That's it. These people in these comments.
Oh, God, they rough.
It's like they live to go through and
you're not, I don't know why you're talking down on her. You're not
just as
supporting black women.
If you watch, my favorite show is Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's a stupid show about nothing. That's this. It's a stupid show,
and you probably
about nothing.
And
it's us too.
And they may
just talking.
They may even make a comment about you liking Seinfeld.
I know. How you gotta be black and like Seinfeld?
That ain't even funny. You're not funny.
Oh my goodness. All right, so here we go. I don't know about this. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
So that's the disclaimer. So if we get something wrong, just go ahead and put it in the comments.
Or you may not like our opinions. So
I may talk too much.
What?
I may not let her talk.
Yeah.
She'll jump in.
Right.
We may argue.
Yeah.
We may go off and talk about something that has nothing to do with the Real Housewives of Dubai.
Exactly.
But that's why you're here.
You guys are not talking about your topic in the subject line.
But that's why you're here.
Okay.
You like our channel. You keep coming back. I hope you subscribe.
Right.
I look at the analytics.
Don't just look and don't subscribe.
98% of the people who look at our channel don't subscribe.
Oh, no.
98%. And they're returners. They're returners.
Oh.
So please subscribe.
If you return,
thank you.
You are a subscriber.
Yes,
you can't be.
Yes. All right. You didn't
took me
subscribe.
a while.
Yeah, I can ready to say
I know.
You got some nerve.
It took me a while
you
to
watch
find
people
the
and
button.
you never subscribe to people.
Because when I'm watching it on TV, I don't see a subscribe button.
Okay.
Don't you have to be on your laptop or something?
No, it's always at the top or under the picture or something.
Buttons. I've been trying to figure out how do you do it tonight. How do you do it on your TV?
Maybe one
With
day
your remote?
I'll show a picture or something.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
okay.
just
one-on-one, how to subscribe.
And turn your notifications on so you know when we post.
I do that for a few.
All right, so here we go. All right, here we go. All right, so it opens up with Sarah at her home with the kids, baking, with her son, I guess, baking. And she wants to break down the stereotype that only women cook.
Right.
Because she is Muslim and she's from where's she from
that
again?
area.
She's from that area, and it's not masculine for men to cook like that.
Right.
So she wants
They're old schoolers,
right? And she's more modern. She's a modern woman.
She's...
So she wants to make sure her son grows up
and
modern.
knows how to cook.
Yeah. But then she tries to introduce him to something traditional, which is eating on the floor, with your hands. And he said, "No, I'm not doing that." He
really did not want to do it.
So he didn't.
But
want
I
to do
do
that.
understand her because I had some coworkers at the time at my job, and they were Filipino.
Okay.
And I asked him. I said, "Do you speak the language?" And he was like, "No."
A lot of Spanish people don't speak Latino people don't speak Spanish.
You don't. I said, "Dude." That's a second language that you should have learned as a kid. I never really wanted to. I said, don't you regret it that you didn't learn? He's like, yeah.
Do you know how many people that are Hispanic or Latino, they don't know how to speak Spanish?
I don't understand that. And it's in the home if they're speaking it in the home.
If there's somebody in your house who speaks Spanish, I blame them. Because they should have
forcing them to do that.
So that's what she's trying to do.
It's
Sarah.
beautiful if you bilingual or you know more than one language.
Well, you know what? What's the difference with that? And then there's some African cultures or things that we as black people we don't do the traditions. See, true. So maybe some people they think that there's some traditions.
But tradition. Here's the thing: you can't go wrong with the language.
Right, language you should already
you can't
have.
go wrong.
That's true.
Go ahead.
All right. That's a good one. Good point.
Okay.
All right.
I give some every now and then.
When I let you talk.
Yeah.
You never let her talk.
I know the
Why don't you let the girl with the brains talk?
Every day.
All right, here we go.
It's our life story.
All right, so now we go to Brooks. And it's Lisa. When we kept trying to say how to pronounce her name.
It's just Lisa?
Even though it's spelled Lesa, it's Lisa.
Oh, okay. Lisa.
So Brooks, she's one of those.
Are we saying the other lady's right name?
She's
Ayana?
one of those that changed the way. Like my friend is Tanya. But everybody calls her Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya.
It's Tanya.
She was introduced to Kim as Tanya.
But everybody from black person,
Kim feels
we say
freedom
Tanya.
to say Tanya.
We say Tanya.
She never.
Nobody calls her Tanya. Everybody
her
calls her.
husband calls her Tanya.
Tanya, yeah.
Her family calls her Kim. Tanya.
And what do you call her?
Tanya.
Thank you, because that's how you learned it. But anyway, Lisa, spelled with an E.
With the E. Okay.
Says she's mixed. Oh no, Brooks says she's Jamaican.
She's mixture with a lot of things.
She has a lot of things mixed in her. She said, me and Lisa get along. This is Brooks. Me and Lisa get along because of our Jamaican culture. And we have this in common and we have this in common. So then it goes to Lisa in her diary saying Brooks is crazy.
Yeah.
Brooks is a liar.
She don't identify with any.
And she said every week Brooks is mixed with something else.
Yeah. She may be Jamaican one day and she's another.
So I'm taking it that they don't take Brooks serious. Throughout this whole thing.
Okay, you're thinking we're still learning about these women's characters.
Nobody seems to take Brooke serious.
Okay.
She seems to be somebody who just makes up stories to kind of blend in or whatever.
Well, if we know her best friend,
but they
is,
friends
when we talk
with
about
her
later. We'll
know
why.
Watch this.
Okay.
Okay. So now, see, that's what Brooke said.
Okay.
So then they decide to discuss Nina and Caroline. They talk about Nina and Caroline not really being friends. But they talk about
she learned to.
Go ahead.
Was that when they were at the dinner? The table?
This is Lisa and Brooks.
Oh, and Brooks. Go ahead, I forgot that one.
Lisa says that Nina talked bad about Caroline in the beginning, and now all of a sudden she best friends with Caroline. It was something along those lines.
Ayana got mad at her too.
Ayana said that her and Nina were close.
Yeah, they were.
Now all of a sudden everybody want to be with Caroline. Yeah, it's because Caroline is the star of the show.
Exactly.
That's what I was
kind of like how they were with Nene on
now all of a sudden you friends with Nene. You wasn't never friends
didn't
with
like
Nene.
that lady. Come on.
So then Brooke says Ayana and her have a weird friendship. She says Ayana and Brooks have a weird friendship. They argue all the time. They bicker all the time, but they friends.
But they still friends.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I
don't think they're friends. That they may be just saying that.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
But they get along, but yet they don't get along.
Right.
Maybe like I'm an old school person, you guys.
Who?
On not different world. Living single. How Regime always fought with Max.
Oh, with Max. Oh yeah.
But they were friends.
That's kind of like Brooks and.
She was like, "Why you got to be over here today?"
That's Brooks and Ayana.
You got your own place.
That's Brooks and Ayana.
But yet they're friends.
You're right. Old school. That's Max and Regine. Yeah. Okay. So now we go to Caroline and Sergio. They're making that protein shake. That one member of the last episode where they asked the maid.
He put too much.
She asked the maid to bring it, but I told you that's not real. They was making their own protein shake.
This whole show for that day. The thing that got to me was the maid thing. Even with Brooks,
everybody had a maid.
Brooks had the maid.
No, everybody had a maid.
Yeah, they sure did. The nanny even went with them on the trip.
Everybody.
But the thing that kind of got to me was the behavior of the kids.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that at the dinner. Okay, so Caroline has $1 million.
Ooh, they each had a dog. When you got guests coming over and they are each given a dog, that's a lot of dogs.
They're cute little dogs, though.
One of them bit her. She said she
said,
no,
he's teething.
He's teething.
Oh. But it was very interesting to find out Caroline is building her house.
Yes.
And to find out the rules in Dubai.
Yep.
So listen to this.
Okay.
So you cannot be self-employed and get a mortgage in Dubai. Isn't that something?
I didn't know that.
You have to work for somebody in order to get a mortgage in Dubai. That's what she said.
You can't be self-employed.
You can't be so if you have your own business, you cannot.
So Donald Trump couldn't come over there?
Well, they'll say he can. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
And
then
it's
for a women thing.
Probably women. And then the other thing is, I broke the pen. Anyway, you have to put 30% down on the house. That's what she said.
Okay.
30%. That's almost half the price of the house.
I know. They want to make sure that the house is, and because think about it, Dubai hasn't been as the city as it was like for what's her name said.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
It's like the 60s it started growing. So they're gonna be real careful of their real estate.
And she said the house should be ready by next summer. Mm-hmm. Now Sarah comes in and joins them. Mm-hmm. She joins.
She gets a dog too.
They give her a dog when she comes in, and then she sits there with the dog. That's why I told you she got 1 million dogs. And they talk about the dinner and talk about how Ayana, I guess her name is Chanel Ayana or something like that.
That's part of her name.
And how she went off on Caroline and how Sarah said
she was taken up for.
She was taken up for. She said maybe she's triggered. Maybe
something
about her
to get angry like
that made her get so mad at you over a party.
And we got details later.
So then
learn more about her.
And she said maybe we should just maybe be more open to her and all of this, and Caroline said, I'm not, you know what, she don't have to come around me no more. I'm paraphrasing it.
That's right.
I'm good.
She didn't care less.
If I don't have any more Ayana in my life, I'm good.
And there's a haughtiness about her. It's so funny because once the dynamics may change with her once what's her name come on from
Phaedra.
When Phaedra comes on, Phaedra's another housewife.
And just so y'all know,
a pioneer. What do you call them?
Phaedra from Atlanta Housewives.
Yeah, no. And when you have the experience,
yeah, she's been in there.
So she can talk to Caroline or what's her name like you ain't nobody either, girlfriend. Because she's trying to take like an air about her because she has a history. Because they have a history. Maybe that's what I'm
Caroline?
Thinking. No, Phaedra has a history of being a housewife as well.
Yeah.
So she's kind of down. You can kind of tell she's kind of like above them.
Yeah.
The way she acts.
Oh, the way was she gonna come in? Oh, Caroline?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she is.
The way she acts.
Yeah,
so when Phaedra
comes,
she's going to meet her match going girlfriend.
And I don't know if people know, I saw in the news today, Phaedra is coming to live in Dubai.
Dubai, yeah.
She's coming.
She said she's dating somebody.
She's dating somebody. She's buying a house in Dubai. So she's probably going to join the cast.
She's going to join the cast.
Yeah.
Or she may be like Marlo. A sidekick.
No way. Phaedra would never be a side. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
I've been on Atlanta Housewives for years, and you want me to come in as a sidekick?
Is it just 6? Don't they have?
They're gonna probably get rid of somebody, but they're not gonna make Phaedra a sidekick.
They probably get rid of that real boring one.
Nina.
Yeah.
But anyway,
go ahead.
So
Phaedra will add some drama.
So Nina and Ayana decide to have lunch together. Nina shows up in a
well, Ayana.
No. Nina shows up in a regular white dress.
No, you gotta do Ayana first.
Okay, all right. Ayana shows up.
Remember, her dress comes in before the door.
I don't even know what kind of dress that was.
She had a gold wig or a blonde wig on. She had her outfit.
She was dressed from the runway. Yeah, she was dressed like she was on the runway.
Right. She was dressed sharp.
A fashion nobody would ever see anybody wear.
Nobody, only on the runway. And her shoes were really weird.
Yeah. And she walks in.
I like her style so
far. Do you have a reservation for Chanel?
I like her style. I'm so beautiful. Oh, I'm beautiful.
She said that in the car.
No one.
She was telling herself in the car that she was beautiful.
I love myself.
No one is.
You don't love me. I don't know why. With that ugly, dry-looking wig you're wearing. She's gonna go somewhere.
And then she gets out of the car and goes into place and says, "Yeah, you have a reservation for Ayana." Chanel Ayana. And then she goes and
she sits at the table.
Everyone's looking at me. I'm so gorgeous.
She run way on at the table.
Is she real?
You know what? I don't care if she's not. I like her already. Go on, keep talking. Cause
there's no way somebody can really be like that.
She's throwing shade big time.
Okay, so then Nina comes in with a regular white dress. It was a nice dress. Chanel's little Chanel dress.
Not fit for the scene.
A little Chanel necklace.
Not fit for the scene.
And she showed up. She said, "I showed up for lunch." Yeah. And Ayana showed up for the runway.
And then
Ayana made a comment when they do the diary. Yes. When they go in their diary scene. And she said, Nina is a flip-flopper.
Yes.
And she's boring. And that was a plain dress.
Or something.
And then tonight when she was on what was happening, Andy said, "And that's your friend." That's how you talk about that like that's your friend.
She throws shade at
That's
her
your friend. How do you talk about somebody that's not your friend?
She will say that about her friends. My friend, why
not
you
Lisa. She don't say nothing negative about Lisa.
Lisa's cool so far.
But she don't say nothing negative about Lisa.
Oh, she must got something going on with
No,
Lisa.
she loves Lisa.
She does love Lisa.
All right.
We're going to tell you why later.
All right, so then,
she show her love.
so then when Nina and Ayana are having lunch, Ayana is kind of taken back that Nina's taking up for Caroline.
Yeah.
Because she was like, Nina's my friend.
Yeah.
Why are you taking up for Caroline?
Because she's just me. And then but I do understand when she shared, I didn't really care too much for Caroline myself, but I got to know her and it got better in our relationship. So she's telling
Nina's telling her I didn't like her at the beginning.
I didn't like her at the beginning either.
But now I like her. Give her a chance.
Ayana's like,
and then she said, and then Nina kind of touched on what Sarah said. Did something else, is something more must be that you couldn't be so mad that she didn't invite you to this party.
Right.
And she said, then Ayana opened up that it was a trigger.
Yes.
And then she opened up and talked about how her dad used to beat her and how he used to,
I was kind of sad.
He used to take it out on her.
Yeah.
And
he
her,
didn't like her, she felt.
He didn't like her.
Yeah.
And she opened up later on with Sarah, but this is kind of what she said at the table.
A little bit.
And she said,
she don't like being rejected.
That's what she said. So when Caroline didn't invite me, I felt a rejection
and
over
she
again.
even said that what she felt she said or heard she said that she wasn't important.
That's why I think that that's not real with her always saying I'm so beautiful and everyone wants to be me.
I think that's an act.
I think that's an act.
That's a Housewives of Dubai act.
Yeah.
Because I got to know her a little bit better in the Andy Cohen follow-up show.
Okay.
She wasn't as...
Yeah, she still was doing it though, but not as much.
But she even made a comment. She made a compliment about Caroline and her new Barbie doll.
Okay.
What is it?
Well, she also threw shade too.
She
called him an Instagram husband. I mean, not Instagram, an intern husband. Yeah. Because he's young.
So she's back and forth. I think she just likes to have fun.
So anyway, we do a quick thing. We see Caroline riding in a cart with Sergio, her new husband, in the mall. In Dubai, apparently they have golf carts that you can ride around in the mall if you're rich and you don't, or you just maybe buy it and
but
you don't want to.
But they can't be that rich when she tried on that $5 million necklace.
Well, $5 million is a lot for anybody. And then she didn't say it, and she didn't want it.
A Kardashian, I would understand.
She didn't say she didn't want it. She said, Sergio, you got to work harder.
Oh, okay.
She never said she didn't want
that much bills.
But when she was riding in the car, she said, I feel stupid.
I can walk.
So you can tell she said that she didn't want to ride in this car.
Yeah.
That's why I told you they doing a lot of stuff for this show.
That you're thinking it's mainly to add to
they doing a lot of stuff for this show. Just
cart.
like Brooks. They went right to Brooks, bothering her maid. Bring me Sarah. Her name was Sarah. That's the Jamaican, the one I said last week that was holding that towel like. Soon as this camera go on,
I'm gonna tell you.
But did you notice in this episode she answered her more? They must have told her. Don't you act like that. Don't have no attitude on camera. Off camera, you can treat her any kind of way you want to. But on camera, because she was overly nice this time. Because Brooks was like, can you bring me?
And she even said something else to bring her later.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Brooks. Yes, ma'am.
You think they had a talk with her?
They wouldn't have sat that Jamaican lady down. After the first episode, when she was like, here's your towel. Girl, they must have came to her.
What you want now?
Yeah, what you want? Then after that, the second, by the time Andy or somebody must have called and said,
you need to be more pleasant.
You need to be more like a
smile
man.
on your face.
They didn't show her though.
They only talked to her.
They only heard. We don't even know if that really was her.
She probably said, I'm not doing this. Don't put me on camera because I'm not going to pretend.
You notice she was the only maid that wasn't on camera.
Right. The other one, she actually went with them. The nanny.
But I'm saying why they didn't have this one on camera.
Because I only heard her voice.
And how we know that was her?
That's true.
They replaced her. We ain't gonna never see that woman again probably.
We'll see.
Okay, so anyway. So you'll never
asking her for stuff and pettiness.
Come on, man.
Why she on her phone? This show, this recent episode just made you kind of go to the fact of how rich they are and how they kids acting. Boy, back in the old school days,
you would have been hit upside your
in
head.
their mouth. You better sit your
So let's go to Lisa. She went grocery shopping.
Right.
Did you notice she went into the non-Muslim section?
They said that you have to be a non-Muslim in order to go in that section.
It's a sign over the door that says non-Muslim
entrance.
Pork.
And
other things.
And
but
other
it's
things.
the only.
Say I'm always in this section.
She said one thing you guys need to understand when you come to Dubai.
Yes.
When you shop, there's a Muslim section and a non-Muslim section.
They keep the food far away.
And other things too. It wasn't just food. It was a whole
other
section.
items. Yeah.
So she said I tend to live in the non-Muslim section.
It's funny how you. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to watch the Housewives of Dubai, because you learn stuff even from that culture.
But here's the thing that I don't understand. Okay, let's say they're not American. Dubai is not America.
They were celebrating. They were celebrating American.
But I can
holidays.
understand. I can really understand why some countries, Muslim countries, don't like Dubai. Because to me, why would you even have a section for somebody that's not Muslim? I just feel like this is not America, where everybody it's a blending.
I don't know, because America
was
was getting on my nerves at one time, where America didn't want to accept Muslims in the country.
I know, but I'm just saying, why
Native Americans were treated bad. I'm thinking, really, America?
I just feel like they trying to roll
blended.
They trying to roll the red carpet out too much for Westerners and stuff.
I don't know, because it could be a money thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's
bringing
about
attention
money
to them and bringing attention to us. And that's why the rights people, those human rights people at the beginning, they didn't like this show, because they said, you guys don't know what's going on in the background.
It's the real, yeah.
That's not the real Dubai. They got women probably all taking advantage of women, and women's rights is being taken advantage of. It's almost like when you watch this, even though I know they're trying to show there. Yeah, it's almost like even though they're showing you a part of Dubai, you like, oh, I didn't know Dubai was like that. I almost feel like it's a smoke screen. But that's why I feel like this. You know what I feel like Dubai is? What? Oz. I feel like the Wizard of Oz. And whoever you are?
No. I feel like I feel like you just drop down into a place in the middle of the desert that's not even real. It's like made up. It's not real.
That's why I wanted to know. Our sorority chapter, Zeta Phi Beta, has a chapter there. What did those women do in Dubai?
We're gonna try to contact some of our sorority sisters.
I'm gonna community service.
I'm gonna inbox them. I'm gonna inbox them. I'm asking them about this show, what they think about this show.
How much truth is it?
And then them living there. Yes. How do they feel?
How is it? How are you treated there? Why are you there?
So while Lisa was there in the non-Muslim section, Nina calls her on the phone. And they showed her shoes. Are her shoes supposed to be some sharp? Yeah.
They were cute.
Yeah.
She was dressed cute.
Yeah. They all dress nice.
Yeah. Well, she's younger. Yeah. Dressing more so.
But they dress better than the other housewives.
They do.
So, yeah. Okay, so
they do.
When she's there, she has a little boy, cute little boy.
I know. Who wants a cookie?
And she says only one cookie. And
she opens an Oreo cookie.
She opens up the kit and gives him one cookie. Then she turns around and starts talking on the phone with Nina. And he eating the whole thing of cookies.
And the producers
are counting down how many cookies he's had.
Cookie number 2.
Cookie number 3. While she's having this whole conversation.
That was so cute.
That was cute.
And crumbs on his cream on his
And then she turned around when she got off the phone with Nina and she said, "Did you eat more than one cookie?" And then he was trying to close up the package. Cute little boy. And he had crumbs and cream all on his face.
That's all he wanted was
he would say he was done.
Close up now.
It was cute.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't even remember what her and Nina talked about. That's how boring Nina was.
Wasn't she talking about her
conversation with Ayana?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. It was so boring.
She is boring.
I was busy looking at the baby with the cookies.
They may get rid of her. They always talk about that on the different housewives shows. Who they going to get rid of? Who's not exciting?
Now, they do celebrate, all the women do celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, while they're over there.
Ayana, she don't care. She made a comment about, we had so many colonizers in where I'm from. So she pretty much saying Thanksgiving is a colonizer thing, holiday.
Remembering that. That's not good for her.
No, there's some black people in this country that don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Really?
Because they call it Colonizer Day.
Oh, I just do it because of the turkey
it's
and
tradition,
the hens and the greens and cornbread.
Tradition.
I mean, historically wise, you can go into
Colonizer
that conversation.
Colonizer Day.
When we came over. We didn't come over all positive.
And we didn't have no Thanksgiving.
Some of our family members, if we're mixed with
and Native Americans don't have no Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is just not Thanksgiving.
So that does give you something.
Thanksgiving for?
That does make you think of something when you hear somebody from Africa. say it's a colonizer
They don't
day.
celebrate it over there.
Okay. So Nina goes to, she decides to take her family to the restaurant for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah joins them.
Yeah.
So Sarah joins the family.
Join
Nina and her kids and husbands.
They do a lot together. I noticed. The kids are really friendly.
Now this is where you were saying those kids.
They got too much mouth.
Too much.
And
her little daughter Sarah.
How old is she? 11?
I don't know.
That's too much mouth. And they already start. I really feel bad. I feel bad when I see kids being raised this way, no matter how.
Because you know when they get older, they're gonna be like, "Shut up, mom." You know they're gonna be yelling at their mother and their dad.
Bad. They may be the ones that end up killing their grandmother, like the dude did. Not. You know, come on now.
But they look like they
set some boundaries. They were saying that Jada and Will don't set boundaries with their kids.
Well, no, he said the first one he did,
and I'm
the first
so
one
glad that first
Isn't
son.
it funny how he said we messed up on the first one, and I feel like he's the most normal one.
Yes.
And Jada was talking. He said the first one we didn't really do right by you.
You mean the first one that's not Jada?
The oldest one. Yeah. The older son.
Because of his mom.
And then the second one, which was Jaden, he said we started to learn. He said Jaden, I remember it was his show. I don't remember what show.
Okay.
He had all of them there.
Okay.
He said, Jaden, we started to do better with you. So you got a little bit of the old world and a little bit of the mixed world. He said by the time Willow came, we was all into the new parenting. And I feel like the one that has the most center is the oldest one.
Because the other ones have tried to kill themselves.
What? No, not Jaden.
Not Jaden. The other daughter.
But then the one that got both, which is Jaden.
Yeah.
He is a mixture. He's not as crazy as Willow.
That's true.
And he's somewhat grounded as his older one.
I see what they were going with. They wanted the freedom of their kids and what their personalities were. They didn't want to put boundaries on them.
But they did too much.
I do understand that to an extent.
They gave Willow too much freedom.
But I do appreciate that first son, and because that shows you that the parents play a lot of because that mother of that first son, she don't take no mess.
Yes.
So that's good to see that.
But these kids of Nina,
Dubai,
they was running around the restaurant. They was talking while the adults was talking.
And the nanny is sitting there.
What was the nanny there for? That's giving dinner.
That's your job, nanny. Get the kids to sit down. We pay you to watch them and make sure they sit while the grown-ups talk.
I think that nanny's more like a grandmother or something.
You think?
Yeah, because she's an older lady.
Friend like that, like a friend.
She wasn't talking though.
I wonder if she's
like a grandmother, somebody that the kids can come to.
Isn't that what a nanny's for? You take a nanny with you to go out to eat. That nanny's job is to help make sure the kids are in order.
But maybe she don't let her tell them don't sit down. Maybe that's her way of parenting. Like, don't tell my kids to sit down.
She was just sitting next to the one boy.
I just don't know why the nanny was there. Maybe to celebrate Thanksgiving with them or something. But anyway, they was interfering in the conversation. Nina asked Sarah how many times you've been married. The little boy 3 times.
Stay out grown folks' business. Didn't we always hear that growing up?
But they never said that. They just kind of
giggled. Just let them sit in there. Maybe because it's on TV.
No, because she said, remember Sarah was asking her husband, how did they have a good marriage? And then they were saying how they friends or whatever. And then she said, no one tells me what. He said, I don't tell her what to do.
Right.
And she said, the only one that tells me what to do are my kids. That's what she said.
The kids rule.
They rule. They rule the father and they rule the mother.
But you know what? Pretty much every housewife in Dubai. Because Caroline don't have, her kids are older, aren't they? The one that's getting married to the boy toy.
Probably because they would have been there. Yeah, they would have been there.
The other kids they do run the parents. Because they said Brooks, she's into her son so much. Ayana plays with her son and
pancake. Their whole lives are around their kids.
Oh, I'm hoping that the kids don't turn another way when they get older.
So then they got a little bit into Sarah being divorced twice. And she said that she's still waiting on her fairy tale. Yeah, so she's still trying to, ask people.
She speaks later to Ayana why she feels she's probably meeting the same kind
of
guys.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So then now we go to Ayana who brings, now she comes to Lisa's house for Thanksgiving.
Well, Lisa is cooking that old-fashioned Jamaican meal.
And she keeps saying she's cooking by herself, but she has somebody there helping
her. She starts and seasons it very well, and then she tells the nanny to watch for her.
But I'm saying, but she also was getting stuff for her while she was cooking. Get this bowl for me. Get this for me. Get this. Yeah. My thing is, don't
cook the meal by yourself. That's by yourself.
Don't say I cooked the meal by myself and you got people helping you.
Exactly.
That's not by yourself.
That's not by yourself.
It's too many women watching this show that say, I wish I would have somebody. If I tell them, bring me the salt, they bring me the salt. Bring me the pan, they bring me the pan. You just stand, and then you don't even finish that. Take your apron off and keep stirring that out. Make sure it don't burn.
But then she tells the guests,
I cooked it all by myself. And Lisa's such a great cook.
Yes, she is.
She cooked it all by herself.
Let's give it up for Lisa.
Give it up
I felt like that's what they were doing.
Yes.
I'm like, nuh-uh.
But anyway.
And the maids are sitting there going.
Yeah, thank you. No, she wasn't sitting there. They maid don't sit at the table.
Well, that's right. I'm thinking of the other nanny. The other nanny sat at the table.
Yeah, nobody else is maid.
Not Lisa's.
And Brooks, we don't even see her on screen no more. I told you.
We just hear her voice. Okay.
Caroline's, we don't see her no more. She brought them shakes last.
Because she made her own shake this time.
Thank you.
With all the dogs. Who gives each guest coming to your house a dog to hold?
But anyway,
that's how many dogs she has in her house.
So they're at Lisa's
house.
And Ayana shows up with Chanel. Ayana shows up with her family, and she brings
a gift,
a goat, a live goat. Now, what kind of African stuff is this?
You know,
you're in Dubai.
She explained why. In my, what did she say?
See, you're not in Africa.
You want goats. When you bring a goat to a family and you let them know you appreciate them and that you like them and you want to give them a goat to present to the family. So goat is special in my
I get it. And I know a goat is special where you grew up.
They let that goat go.
We are not in Africa in a small village in Kenya.
That's the part Mama saw. She said, "Let me take a peek at this." Housewives.
Her bringing a goat.
The goat fell into the swimming pool.
And I'm gonna tell you, Lisa said, why she bring me a goat? She said, now don't get me wrong with her Jamaican accent. She said, now in Jamaica,
goat, it would be curry.
If this was in Jamaica, he'd be curry, cooked, every piece of that goat.
She said, but we won't eat the goat. The kids play with
Maybe make him a pet or something. But why would you bring somebody a goat?
Well, that's her culture. She said that. She even later on to Andy Cohen, she brought him some, what was it?
Hens, said.
In a cage. And Andy just cracked up. He said, you did that in Dubai. So, what's her name?
So then while they sit down and have Thanksgiving dinner, Ayana tells more of her story.
Yeah.
She tells Lisa how she met her husband after high school.
They've been married for how many years?
Since high school.
20 years?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a long time
she
to
said,
be with. I'm beautiful.
She said that he showed her love.
Yeah.
She didn't get that from her dad.
They seem like a nice couple.
She didn't get that from her dad.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think she acts like that off camera.
She seems like a person with a good heart. I think she's just throwing shade because she's on the show and they want her to stir up some stuff.
And I'm glad because the show would be boring if she wasn't.
Yeah, because she does throw shade at people.
She said she don't like Caroline.
Yeah.
She said
I don't really like Caroline myself.
And then she redid.
There's an air about her.
She's from England and everyone else.
The British.
And so she said when people show you that they're blue, they'll never be orange or something like that.
Right. The way she
In other words, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
And that was her way of saying that.
She mess up her statements every time.
She does. And we give her that because she's from another country.
So then while they
sitting there, you talking about the goat?
Well, yeah. While they was, what's that say? When they was having dinner, what did Tia say?
We said babysitter, Tia. Okay.
When they was having dinner, the goat fell into the pool.
Yes. They weren't paying attention to the goat. I think the kids was even at the table.
So Ayana's son had to go and get the goat before he drowned. Before he drowned. Then they brought the goat out. That goat knew he was gonna die that night. They get the goat
out around a Jamaican woman.
You gonna bring a goat to a Jamaican house?
I smell curry. I got to get out of here. She gonna cook me. She's gonna roast me. Oh no, that's me.
First of all,
we only saying that because Lisa said it.
It was an African who brought the goat.
Yes,
to a Jamaican house. That goat didn't have a chance in hell. So that goat jumped into the pool. He was trying to kill himself. He was trying to go out.
No curry.
And then they had to go fish him out, her son. Put him on the everything.
He went shaking himself.
Then they talking, they still talking. And then Ayana said, where's the goat? I don't hear him no more.
Ayana said, I washed my hands of the goat. It belongs to you now. That's your goat.
And Lisa's husband said he escaped.
He must
They
have
through
gotten
the
out.
fence. They had to through the fence was skinny enough where he went through the fence and left.
And producer showed him in the city street.
And with the bag.
Oh, no.
That goat got the hell out of Dodge.
He said, I know I'm not wanted.
He was wanted. He had a Jamaican
no,
house.
not wanted that way.
Oh.
Right.
So they done lost the goat in Dubai.
Oh, gosh. But you know what? Kim was asking me about that situation. When I was in Uganda,
oh yeah,
we were in the bush. This was no electricity, no running water, no nothing. We were there doing a camp meeting, missions trip. And we were doing praise and worship. And one thing I love about my African culture is the praise and worship. My God, they move. Jesus is Lord. Hey, hey, hey. And I was of course, a few pounds lighter than this. But I was on the floor, seeing a big woman move like me. I was excited. On the ground.
And there's a lot of heavy people or no?
It was, heavy women here and there because I left my clothes.
And
all my full-figure clothes, I left them to the women there. Yes, the Uganda women.
They more hippie, though.
Yeah, they're hippie. They were happy to get my clothes. So I was a blessing. When they see full-figure American women coming and leaving their suitcase of clothes, oh, thank you.
And you were smaller than you are now.
I wasn't.
It wasn't nobody my size.
No, I was still big. I was like 18.
But was there people my size there?
Yeah.
Really?
Very few.
I don't think in a village.
No, not in the village.
That's what I'm saying. In the city,
they were in the downtown,
yeah, but not in the village.
Very few.
All right,
You're right. It wasn't a lot of big people there. You're right. If you think about it, it's not a lot of big people in Europe.
No. When we were there,
we learned that one. My goodness.
In Paris.
I was trying to find a sky blue shirt.
But anyway, go ahead.
And we digress again.
Go ahead.
I had to go get a man size. They did not cater to us big women.
All right, you was in Uganda.
Okay. I was dancing. Hey, I was on the ground dancing. And this older lady from the village, what they do is sometimes they throw money at your feet if you're ministering to them. Or they'll come and give you a gift, like what's her name gave the goat.
Okay.
They brought me a live chicken. What was I going to do with a live chicken? I looked at Pastor and the pastor's wife. I said,
can you take this?
Can you take this chicken? She said, I'll take it. I'll give it to the village people.
But can you imagine
a chicken? And that was her way of, like, what's the name, giving the goat.
So that chicken was probably worth a lot to her.
Yes, because she looked poor.
And
she probably took a chicken from her,
Wow.
And she blessed me with it because she was so, the pastor told me, like, he said she was just at all about how you was praising God and giving him the glory, even in your size.
So when she brought her that goat, that was a big thing for her.
Yes, because she explained it. She gave Andy Cohen those hens.
Okay, so then we go to Sarah invites Ayana over.
Yes.
Chanel Ayana. I'm gonna call
Ayana.
Chanel.
Okay.
And what was she wearing? An afro wig or something? And
she was still in model mode.
She had a hat on, a little hat.
I didn't even see the hat.
Oh yeah, it was a little tiny. It's like a little tiny hat and a big giant afro wig.
I totally missed the hat because I saw the wig, the afro wig.
Yeah.
She had a hat on top.
And then what were these things?
It was big splotches of design on her shirt. It looked like a dashiki that went.
It was a dashiki that had looked like picture frames.
Cause think about a dashiki in the design. One of the designs real big, like 3D.
In the size of a picture
3D
frame.
of it, right here.
Yeah.
But she really wears different clothing.
Yeah.
But she's a model. We expect that.
So she came over and she sat down with Sarah, and Sarah just wanted to talk to her about that night and
get
to
some
find
insight
out.
on why
she said, "I
went
just want
off.
to get to know you a little bit more." And she brought Sarah some onions. She said, every time you go to someone's house, that's what I'm saying. When you go to people's house, you're supposed to bring a gift. That's what she said.
Maybe her gift meant something. Like the goat means something.
She probably bought the goat because Lisa's Jamaican.
Oh,
I don't know why she bought Andy hens, though, but anyway.
Hens,
Oh, maybe American chicken? I don't know. I have no idea.
That's a good point.
But anyway, she brought her some onions. Now, the thing about Sarah, on TV, she doesn't wear any makeup. But if you go to her Instagram, she's all dolled up.
I wonder why.
That's weird. Normally you would wear it. You would think on TV you would wear makeup.
She does the diet. What do you call those? The one-on-one.
She wears makeup on her Instagram, but on real life she don't wear makeup.
That don't make sense.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. But anyway, maybe somebody makes her up for Instagram. I don't know.
She don't have no maid.
Or she puts the filter on. Maybe she puts the filter on. You know what? Does she have a maid?
Have we seen her house?
They all have maids. The thing went off again, but we just have to keep talking.
I'm wondering if resume shortly. Why does it do that?
Because of the connection. That's what I was telling you.
But it's a worse connection when you do the other one.
All right, hold on. Hold on. Okay,
there it's back on.
See,
that's weird because you tried the other connection and it was even always going on.
It was worse than this one. Both of our connections are bad, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
So anyway, so she bought the makeup thing we talked about.
Okay.
Then she talked about they wanted to sit down and find out what was the trigger that made Ayana feel so bad when she was over at
and
Caroline's
not
house.
Invited to Caroline.
Then she goes more into detail about her dad. She said he tied her to a tree and he would beat her. She said he tried to marry her off at 14.
She was getting ready to go with him.
And her sister told him not to.
Her sister said, don't go with Daddy.
Yeah.
And then she told him, he's going to marry you off.
Don't go with
15,
him.
14
yeah,
years
at 14.
Old.
So he was trying to take her, get rid of her. And then she just talked about how he just hated her.
Yeah, she didn't feel love from him.
She felt like he made her feel like he didn't have the best that he wanted because of her. Because of her.
So all of that, and she never forgave him yet. She said,
when we talked about forgiveness with Monique. Whew, didn't we just talk about this?
Yes.
And Ayana said, I've never forgiven him. I can't forgive him.
Here's the thing. I do appreciate her being transparent there if she really was.
Right.
It is hard. I know, like when we hear Joyce Meyer's her testimony about being abused by her dad. Ooh, your daddy abusing you, sexually abusing you, is hard.
But she didn't say her dad sexually abused her.
No, I'm saying it's hard to forgive.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the forgiveness part. Now, her dad not liking her and hating her, she says, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And then she recommend the other girl going to counseling. Yeah.
So Sarah said
she's ready for it.
She didn't say counseling at first. She said
psychotherapist?
No, the ones that put you under hypnosis.
Oh, she said
hypno. Yeah.
She went to that. I thought it was a therapist.
Well, later on she said that.
Oh, okay.
She talked about how Ayana talked about how she loves her husband. Yeah. Her husband makes her feel safe.
Yes, and they love each other.
And she just loves him. And she said, and then she brought up again how that dinner triggered all the feelings that she had about her dad when Caroline was like, "You're not important."
Yes.
That made her feel like that.
And you're not important.
Sarah chimed in and said she was married twice. She said she was abused.
Yeah.
She said she was abused physically and mentally.
And she keeps attracting the same man and she's not understanding why.
Keeps attracting the same man. So she said she had to go get help and like you said, the hypnotherapist and counseling.
Now this goes to show you ladies and men too, that it doesn't matter what your income is.
Nope. If you
your
don't
tax
forgive,
income, you can give abuse in any because these are women that are wealthy, have their own business.
It's all about how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, they were all abused.
Yes. Not all.
No, the two ladies. They were both abused.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not all.
So then, that's all I need in the comment section.
We don't know why he said all of it. Never said she was, and Lisa wasn't abused.
So please clean that up.
These two women that shared their testimony were abused.
And Sarah told Ayana, when you carry anger, you bleed on others.
Yes. Yeah. That was a good point she made.
She said you bleed on others when you carry anger. You're cut and you bleed on others. Exactly. So you need to heal that cut. You need to get it healed.
Because you bleed on people.
And then Ayana said, you're right. So I guess she agreed with her.
Your blood can be infected.
Yeah. And then I love how Ayana said earlier, my main comment, and I think I titled this one, the people don't hate me because I'm beautiful. They hate me because they're basic. I love how she say that. So that's like the statement of the year. They don't hate me because I'm beautiful. They hate me because they're basic.
They're basic.
And she didn't crack a smile.
No, she didn't.
She really believes that.
Yeah.
You're basic. When she went on Andy's show and she was talking about Nina or whatever, that's what you said. That's your friend. Yeah. And you said she's boring and she just can't dress or whatever.
She is.
And all it is.
She is, though. Yeah. Are we not supposed to say the truth? I guess not like that, huh?
Not when it's your friend.
Oh, well.
But she said, I'm blunt.
If my friend can't dress, I'll tell my friend, you can't
But he
dress.
said, is there anything, he was trying, Andy messy.
I know.
Is there anything about Lisa that's negative? No, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. She's perfect.
Yes.
She loves, you know why she loves Lisa?
Why?
Remember she said she showed her kindness and love when nobody else did.
Yeah.
That's why she loves Lisa. We'll see
how long it lasts, because you know in Housewives of...
Did they show anything coming up?
No, I'm just saying in general, because we'll see Lisa's true character and how they treat each other.
Okay.
Because sometimes things come out in Housewives shows where you're like...
They were friends at first, like Nene and what's her name? Cynthia were friends.
Really?
Best friends. And then they was enemies by the end of the show. So
see,
all right, y'all. Okay. So did you have anything? I think that's it.
Mama wanted to watch it for the first time. She said at first she thought it was boring, but she said when she saw it in that episode with the goat, she was like, "I gotta watch this again."
So she gonna watch it going forward?
She might. She said she has trouble understanding Ayana's.
It's getting better though. I understood her more this time than I did.
I can't do what's the Prince? Could they come on after like with this
captions?
Captions. Because Mama won't catch it.
Yeah.
But she said she's probably one of the harder ones to understand. Yeah. Speaking.
Well.
But I loved her. I got to know her more, which is good. I got to know all of them more. But we don't know. Moving to the next show, Phaedra is coming.
Phaedra probably gonna throw a curveball in all of this.
Phaedra is coming.
So we'll see.
And we all know Phaedra's history.
Yep. I think
Atlanta
when
Housewives.
she do come, I'll put in the title "Phaedra has landed" or something. So y'all will know when Phaedra comes. All right, y'all. So that was it. Nothing else.
Housewives of Dubai.
Housewives of Dubai. I still got to do my show about how to prep for a blackout. I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
unless you want to do it tonight.
No.
All right. So we'll do it tomorrow. Friday, I guess. Friday night we can do it. Ain't like we doing nothing else. We don't go nowhere because after COVID.
Everybody out business?
After COVID, I don't go nowhere. Not out at night. And I don't go nowhere around people. A lot of people.
You don't. I've been
You do. Yeah, she does more than me. All right, she wanted to go to a concert. I said, oh no.
It's an old school concert.
No, I'm not catching COVID
Heat
for that.
Wave.
And now they got all that other stuff out there.
The Emotions. Who's the group that sings, so let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry. It's like 5 groups of old school that I'm
all
like.
Right. And I'll be coughing up a lung. That's all right. We're good.
Father's Day weekend. Coughing up a lung.
All right. We're good. Okay. All right, y'all. So you good?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So that was another Woods Report. See you later.